everybody, and welcome to another episode of Good Luck High Five.
I'm one of your hosts, Maria.
I'm another one of your hosts, Megan, and Maria's going to tell us exactly which episode number this is.
Exactly?
Don't you know?
I think it's 240.
You always know.
I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100% on that.
All right. Well, it might be episode 240, and it might not. But either way, it is a podcast for people who play Magic the Gathering, whether they're sitting at home, jamming some arena, heading out to their LGS, playing with friends, or even going to a Magic Fest.
I'm gonna renumber that. I want to say it's 230.
230?
I mean 330.
330?
I want to say it's 330.
What have we said?
Well, you know
We've
what?
said a lot of things.
It's one of those numbers.
We said some numbers that were maybe very wrong, but now some that are more correct.
Potentially. I'm still not 100%.
Or still very incorrect.
Yes.
Who's to say?
On today's show, we're going to talk about Modern Horizons.
Yes. This is the brand new modern set that is coming this season.
Yes.
By which I mean summer.
It is coming up. The pre-release for Modern Horizons, by the way, if you're into that, which you should be, is like the weekend of the 6th and 8th or something like that.
So it is quickly arriving.
Approaching.
It is,
and
yes.
I'm super excited because previews have started in earnest. Ours is coming up next week, but a bunch of preview cards have already hit the market, and well, by market I mean the internet, for us to see. You can't buy them.
Not yet. Not yet.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
So we're going to go over some of those.
And we're going to talk about how they might be mixing up the modern format as well as other cards that might be mixing up modern now.
Yeah, we've got some more of the Spark cards mixing up modern. So
pretty cool. We'll also talk a standard corner.
Yeah, standard decks.
What's been winning in standard or what's been losing? Spoiler, it's me.
Oh, so sad. Well, we're going to try and remedy that by checking out the newest spice to hit standard and find Megan something to play that'll get her up in the win rankings.
Oh, please. I cannot lose another match. I'll lose my mind.
I need to pick a deck and stick with it.
Same.
Pick a chicken and stick a pin in it.
Yeah. Don't do that to a chicken. Wow. What did that chicken do to you?
That would be a very sad chicken. But I want like some deck to hang my hat on.
Yeah. No, I agree. And do you know what? So far, I don't have one.
All right, we're going to find one in this segment.
Yeah, we are.
But before we do any of that, a huge, humongous thank you, the size of the sun, to anybody who is a Patreon of ours on patreon.com/GLHF Magic. I want to clarify, when I say the sun, I mean the giant ball of gas in the sky. I do not mean anything religious.
Wait, what?
The sun. Or
what? Maria, no one thought you meant it that way until you said that.
That's probably true. But I was just thinking, wouldn't it be so funny if I was like, a big thank you, the size of the sun, capital S? Which is only man-sized, ostensibly. So, that's also just not very big.
Wow.
Anyway.
I'm so confused by why.
But you won't be confused when you head to patreon.com/GLHF Magic, because the tier levels are so easy to read.
That's right. So if you are a person who gets anything out of this, if if you're heading home from work or you're heading to work and you turn this on so that maybe you can look forward to your day or you can decompress from your day.
Yeah.
Just have some quiet time to yourself hanging out with us. Consider pitching a few bucks a month our way to show us that it means something to you and that you're getting something out of it, because it makes a huge difference to us.
Yeah, I think it's very rare in circumstances where such a little amount of money can make such a difference to somebody and to the community at large. You might be like, oh, my dollar doesn't really go that far. It really does.
It does. It makes a huge difference.
So if you've been thinking about it, or even if now you're like, oh, geez, I should do something like that, it really is just a micro amount of money for you. It's the cost of a coffee.
Yeah.
And it really keeps the show on the air and going strong. So please consider heading over to patreon.com/GLHF Magic.
That's right. Thank you as well to cardkingdom.com/GLHF is our link that you can use. If you are ordering from them, you can get a sticker with your order if you put it in the comments, or they are probably out right now, but we're going to send more tokens their way. You can say, good luck, have token in the coming weeks, and they will send you a GLHF Megan and Maria token.
Yeah, Card Kingdom, awesome shipping. We get absolutely nothing but messages from people who say they love using them.
Yes.
Their customer service is great. Everything they offer is great, and they're good people, too, on top of it. So if you need anything in your magical life, we ask you to use cardkingdom.com/GLHF. That's our affiliate link, and that helps support us and lets Card Kingdom know that you like like us, and you like them sponsoring us. So it's a big cycle, just like the circle of life, the circle of Card Kingdom.
By which she means things growing and dying, and not some weird religious circle of life.
And not some song from some Disney movie.
There you go.
Hey everybody, it's time to talk Modern Horizons.
Yes, there have already been preview cards that were released unto the world this weekend.
On the market, some might say.
Yes.
Which is confusing and wrong.
Yes.
But the cards are neither confusing nor wrong. They're actually really awesome.
This is super exciting because this is a set that is both going to be draftable.
Yep.
Its own set is going to have its own pre-release weekend and everything.
And its own tournaments.
Its own tournaments, its own events. And it is also introducing new cards to Modern and putting some old cards that weren't legal in Modern into the Modern format.
Which I think is really neat because a lot of times, you know, there's some kind of design restrictions for people at Wizards of the Coast being like, well, how would this impact Modern? We can't mess with it and put in our set in Standard. Here we know specifically we're not going to mess with Standard whatsoever. It's all going straight into Modern. So no worries here for this set and what's going to happen to the cards. But yeah, some real spicy ones have been previewed already.
Yes. So we have Factor Fiction.
Welcome to Modern Factor Fiction.
3 and a blue for an instant. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. An opponent separates those cards into 2 piles. Put 1 pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard.
So why is this card good, Megan?
Because it's instant speed card draw.
Oh, shoot.
It also provides some opportunities for your opponent to stumble and mess up, or they're just not working with the kind of information that you have. If you cast this, they don't know what's in your hand. They don't know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
And also, the cards going into your graveyard is a bonus in a lot of decks.
Yeah.
So having them in your graveyard, not that bad. Having them in your hand, great. And so essentially, you're giving your opponent a really bad decision.
Yep.
Where neither outcome is good for them.
And again, that 4 mana at instant speed, pretty great.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Something else I want to mention before we get too deep into this is a lot of these cards are going to have keywords that you might remember from past sets.
Yes.
And there are more than 40 keywords or mechanics in Modern Horizons, as confirmed by Mark Rosewater in his blog.
Oh boy.
So like this is going to be a really deep set with a lot of stuff going on, a love letter to modern players, I've heard it called, but I'm getting really excited because it seems awesome for draft.
Yeah.
Oof.
Going back to what you said about mechanics,
Yes.
40 mechanics.
Yeah.
Here's a big one.
Yeah.
Another one. Flusterstorm.
Oh boy.
This has storm on it, as the name might say.
Storm.
Counter target instant or sorcery spell unless its controller pays 1. It's a single blue instant, and it has storm. When you cast the spell, copy it for each spell cast before it this turn. You may choose new targets for the copies.
So Storm is a mechanic that is beloved by Magic players.
Yes, and also is pretty clear it will never see the light of day again in a new set.
No, it gets pretty weird. It's hard to track. It's hard to visualize if you're playing in paper or on Arena. The stack gets really messy.
Yep.
But it is super fun.
Yes.
That is true.
Very cool. And this is, again, another big ad.
Yeah, you're going to be trying to draft Storm, I have a feeling.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely going to draft some blue cards.
It is blue. It does like blue, and it does like instance.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's
I'm
up your alley.
into it.
I want to talk about a card right next door to it that I am excited about. And this is just one of a few that we've seen already, which is Morphon the Boundless.
Yes.
7 mana for a 6/6 legendary creature, which is important, shapeshifter. It's a changeling, okay? So changelings, I love them. We saw them in Lorwyn block back in the day, which is a favorite of mine because it's based on Welsh mythology, no big deal. But also because changelings are really cool because they can be any creature type. And here this one talks about it a little bit more as, what's its name? Morphon.
Morophon?
Great. Oh yeah, Morophon. The Boundless enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Spells of the chosen type cast Wooburg less to cast. The effect reduces only the amount of colored mana you have to pay, remember that. Other creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1.
Very cool.
So this is important in a number of ways. Number one, changelings in the set, which I love, and we played with in Modern Masters. I believe had changelings, which was kind of cool. 2, this is a legendary creature. So if you need a commander that's a creature type that you don't have, for me, that's squirrel. This is a squirrel commander that I could potentially use. And 3, This is a dumb Tron card, potentially. Is it good enough? I don't know. But if you pair this with dumb combo Child of Alara, which costs Wooburg, or say, what was that flying 4/3 from Dominaria? That was cost Wooburg to cast as well. Those cards don't cost anything to cast anymore. They're free. And Child of Alara, when it comes back, destroys everything on the battlefield. And there's another card that costs Wooburg too. That's essentially free. Or that makes Wooburg cards cost. Gosh, I can't remember what the other combo is. You're thinking of Joda. Joda, that's it. Joda is the 4/3 that I was thinking of.
Oh, Joda says that you can cast anything for Wooburg.
That's right. That's what it is. So you can use that in combination with this, meaning that everything costs 0.
Wow.
So
everything of the chosen creature type costs 0.
Yes.
Wild.
Seems pretty.
Does that work?
Fun. I mean, maybe.
Because I don't know. I don't know if that's like an alternate cost.
Maybe.
And if this only reduces the real cost.
The real true cost?
The printed cost.
Oh.
I don't know.
That's actually a good judge question.
That's a Judge Rob question.
If you know the answer.
We'll have to write Judge Rob with some questions about it.
Hashtag we know the answer.
So maybe there's some cool combos here. There definitely are some cool combos. Maybe that is one of them. We don't know.
But yeah, very, very exciting no matter what.
Yes. One of my favorite ones, just because someone in our Discord was talking about it. Yeah. Imposter of the 6th Pride is 1 and a white for a 3/1 changeling.
Once again.
Yeah. And someone says like, imagine you get to choose to be anything and you choose to be an Oresco Swiftclaw. Why?
Wow. Brutal.
Why?
The art is very pretty on there though too.
Yeah.
Of that Leonin.
Yes.
Or it's a shapeshifter pretending to be a Leonin.
It's not really. The art is very cool in that you can see it kind of morphing into its shape.
Neat.
Yes. Very, very. Obviously, some of the big news of this is the full art snow-covered lands.
So these are really pretty full arts.
They're gorgeous.
And we have clues that snow-covered is going to be something that you care about in this set as well.
Yeah.
With a previewed card, which was, I think, a pretty cool card and definitely one that I want to take and draft and hopefully draft some synergies around, and that's Ice Fang Coatl. It's green and blue for a 1/1 flying with flash and death touch. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Oh, but it only has death touch as long as you control at least 3 other snow permanents.
Oh, and it's a snow creature.
Oh, cool.
Snow creature snake.
I've never seen a snow creature
Very
at
cool.
least when I've been playing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A snow snake. So let's talk about one of the big reveals that got a lot of people very excited, which was Force of Negation.
Wow. This card, 1 blue instant. If it's not your turn, you may exile a blue card from your hand rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Counter target non-creature spell. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard.
So if it's on your turn, you've got to pay for it. If it's not on your turn, you can Force of Will it.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to lose a life.
That's pretty wild.
A lot of people are speculating about Counterspell, about Force of Will being put into the set for Modern. And this is like kind of the compromise here.
Yes.
Which this could be very powerful, giving a big gift here to control decks.
Yeah.
For sure.
And really anything that's trying to fight some combos.
Speaking of combos.
Yeah.
If you like goblins, well, guess what? You get to play with Goblin Matron in the set now. 2 and a red for a 1/1 goblin. When she enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a goblin card, reveal the card, put it into your hand, then shuffle it to your library. So Goblin Tutor here in Goblin Matron, which could prove to be pretty fun either in draft or if you want to make a modern goblins deck.
Also, the flavor text on this
is so good.
A mother only a child could love.
I think it's perfect.
Beautiful.
Out of the park.
Beautiful.
We need to remember that for the Crimbies this year because that's excellent flavor text.
You mentioned this art online because it is another Seb McKinnon
nonstop banger.
Stream of thought.
I don't even know what's happening in that art.
It's very weird,
but it's cool.
Amazing.
I love it.
Same. This is a sorcery. Who cares about the card? It's the art we're talking about.
It's beautiful.
It's amazing. But it does say target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard. You shuffle up to 4 cards from your graveyard into your library. Replicate 2 blue, which means you can copy it for each time you pay the replicate cost.
So you're gonna draft Mill.
Yeah, you can draft Mill. pretty cool.
And we all know people love to draft mill.
Oh yeah.
If there's even a hint of a mill happening, somebody wants to draft it.
Yes.
I want to mention quickly my favorite preview so far.
Please.
Which I'm just like super, super stoked for. I got it. Oh, where did it go? I got to find it. There it is. Deep Forest Hermit.
Classic. Look at the squirrel in the art.
It's squirrel.
There's a squirrel in the art.
3 green for a 1/1 elf druid at rare, vanishing 3. So vanishing. Can you read this text for me, Megan?
Yep. This creature enters the battlefield with 3 time counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter from it. When the last is removed, sacrifice it.
Thank you. My old eyes could not quite get there. When Deep Forest Hermit enters the battlefield, create 4 1/1 green squirrel creature token squirrels. You get plus control. Get +1/+1.
Nice. So this is a little bit of like a different deranged hermit.
Yes, I love it so much. That's going in the commander deck with Morphon or whatever its name is, Morphon. My squirrels are getting +2/+2 now.
Wow.
And
All
I'm
right.
blinking this, of course, in some way, or flickering it so it can come back and get those time
You want
counters off.
more squirrels? More squirrels?
Yeah, I love squirrels.
It says no matter what, like it enters the battlefield with them, so they
Yeah.
never go away completely. But you can flicker it
Reset
like before
it.
it's gonna go.
Yeah,
And no matter what, you always get more squirrels.
I love it.
So we mentioned Force of Negation. It looks to be perhaps a cycle because we also have Force of Vigor,
Okay.
which is 2 green for an instant. If it's not your turn, you may exile a green card from your hand rather than pay the spell's mana cost.
Okay.
Destroy up to 2 target artifacts and or enchantments.
Wow. Hey, that's a pretty good sideboard card.
Yeah. And so I wonder, are we going to see something in black and red and white?
Okay, so are we going to predict the names? Force
Yes.
of Negation, Force of Vigor, Force of Fire. It's got to be called Force of Fire.
What?
Red.
Why?
Because of alliteration.
But what if it was like,
Force of Fury. I'll also
yes,
accept that.
Force of Fury is very good.
Okay, Force of Fury
Is the red one.
is the red one.
Yeah.
How about the black one? Force of
Dread.
I love it. Force
Yes.
of Dread. And the purple one. Just kidding. The white one. Force of... Oh, that one's hard.
Yeah.
Force of Friendliness. You
Yeah.
gain 30 life.
I'm trying to think.
Force of... Wow, white doesn't ever force anything. This is why I'm having a struggle over here. Force of happiness. Force of gratitude.
Force of Wonder.
Force of wonder. Okay, there we go. That works.
Although Wonder feels more blue, right?
It does.
Gosh, wow.
Force of gratitude. That's
That's
just
the
bizarre.
worst. That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Force of gratitude.
Um,
I'm thankful. Accept it.
wow. Gosh, I can't. I'm gonna have to come
Force
back
of
to this.
glory.
Yeah, there we go.
Some kind of pump effect.
Yep.
So remember young Peasy?
Yeah.
Young Pyromancers all grown up.
He back. He still got those abs.
His abs are still out. Looking good, buddy.
He has not decided to put a shirt on.
No. I mean, if you're not putting one at 9, you're not putting one at 18 or whatever.
What? I feel like young Pyromancer is like 13.
Yeah, probably. Wow, he really had a glow up if that's the case.
Anyways, 1 red for a 2/2. Human shaman.
Seasoned Pyromancer, by the way.
Seasoned Pyromancer, yes. When Seasoned Pyromancer enters the battlefield, discard 2 cards, then draw 2 cards. For each non-land card discarded this way, create a 1/1 red elemental creature token.
Wow.
Pretty cool. 3 red, exile Seasoned Pyromancer from your graveyard, create 2 1/1 red elemental creature tokens.
This card is very good.
Yeah.
Well, there's a deck in Modern that sees a lot of play that relies heavily on Young Pyromancer. Maybe Seasoned Pyromancer is heading to that deck as well, which the deck is called Mardu Pyromancer, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what he's seasoned with. Is it paprika? Is it some pepper? Is it a little bit of garlic salt?
Oh, I think cumin.
Oh, definitely cumin.
Yeah.
Definitely cumin.
Cumin goes good in so many things.
I never put cumin in anything.
I put cumin in almost everything I cook.
Am I missing out? Should I be putting cumin on everything?
Yes, you really should.
Does it go on chicken?
Yeah. You can put cumin on anything.
Tell me what cumin tastes like.
Okay. Wow, this is really a question. It tastes like Okay, it tastes like if
Yeah, give me an experience.
okay. Say you are you're standing in a room and like in front of you the room is full of Indian food.
Okay.
And it's not the stuff that's at the front, it's the stuff that's at the back. Because it feels kind of it's like background like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a delight.
Yeah.
That's great. I just dump garlic on everything.
I mean, garlic is also good. And they go great together.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking for. By the way, another mechanic that's seeing a return is Convoke. Just want to point this out on Martyr's Soul. This card's kind of unexciting, but whatever. It's free. It's 2 and a white for a 3/2 Convoke. When it enters the battlefield, if you control no untapped lands.
No tapped lands.
Oh, that makes more sense. No tapped lands. You get 2+1/+1 counters on it. So
pretty cool. If you cast it all with creatures. Yeah. Nice.
Nice. I love Convoke. Welcome back. Welcome back.
All right. I mean, so far this looks really, really cool.
We mentioned kicker, buyback,
prohibit,
cycling,
which is 1 and a blue for an instant kicker 2. Counter target spell if its converted mana cost is 2 or less. If this spell was kicked, counter that spell if its converted mana cost is 4 or less instead.
Entwine.
Love it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Hellbent is back, which is meaning if you have no cards in hand, you get a special effect, which is kind of cool. On Headless Spectre.
Yeah.
I
Very
mean,
cool.
all of this seems awesome. It is a lot, but I think this set is designed to be a lot.
Yeah.
And mean a lot for a lot of players who've been playing the game, even for we've been playing for 6 years, and this is like awesome for us.
It's very, very cool. I'm super excited.
I mean, I am so stoked on draft for this.
Same.
It seems so cool.
I think it's going to be great.
I am looking forward to, hopefully, my favorite draft format of all time is Modern Masters. And so I'm like, oh, will this be as good as Modern Masters?
Who knows? It could. It could.
And if you're into Modern Horizons, remember there will be pre-release events for it. And your store will be running drafts, no doubt. But also Grand Prix Seattle is Modern Horizons Limited.
What?
Which is pretty sweet.
Pretty amazing.
And it's going to probably shake up Modern, too. Like, I mentioned that combo with Tron, with Morofon. I don't know. It's kind of silly, but maybe it works.
Who knows?
And, we saw this, too. Tron, I mean, already changes happening to Modern because of War of the Spark. So
Could this bring more?
Absolutely.
I certainly see some of these blue cards. I can't imagine that there isn't a more powerful blue deck out there than is currently in Modern.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And even for me, this is very small, but Force of Vigor seems like a perfectly fine sideboard card for Boggles.
Yeah.
I mean, if I need to, I don't have any way generally to reliably kill a Blood Moon, and this is at an instant speed, so that helps me out there.
Yep. Or a Chalice.
Oh yeah, kill that Chalice.
Yeah, which they play a lot, and you can just get rid of it.
Don't even need any mana. Bye.
Pretty great.
Yeah, I love that. So I'm the possibilities are endless. New Modern decks. You don't get new Modern decks all the time.
Not all that often. Although we say that in a world where Is It Phoenix is like the recent past.
That's a cheater.
As is Humans, which is in only the past couple of years.
Weird. It feels like Humans has been with us for always. You know what I mean?
I mean, if that's how tired you are of it, I agree.
By the way, at the Mox this past weekend, Magic Online Championship Series, there was a Human's Mirror, which if you ever want to feel like your brain is melting out the side of your ears, you can go and watch it. The commentators were Reed and Huey, and both of them were sitting there staring at the screen and just completely flummoxed as to what the person should do. It was a huge stack involving like a billion different creatures and phantasmal images underneath phantasmal images and reflector mages and certain things that's under the reflector mages, and it was a nightmare for me. Nightmare.
Sounds like it.
But if you're into that kind of thing, check it out. It's time for a standard corner.
That's right. It's just a standard corner. Your average corner.
Just your average corner.
Yeah.
It wears a name tag and it just says corner with a sad face.
So there was a Star City Games Open this past weekend.
Yep.
And Jeskai Superfriends, the big deck coming out of there.
Yeah, so first place, Jeskai Superfriends, and it is what the name would suggest, a Jeskai list full of friends. And these friends are a lot of Planeswalkers.
18 Planeswalkers in this deck.
And some of these lists, by the way, run more than that.
Yes, 18. This one has 2 Karn, 4 Narset, 3 Saheeli, 4 Sarkhan.
That's my favorite one.
1 Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, and 4 Teferi, Time Raveler.
So this deck is pretty spicy. I mean, you get to play Mox Amber, first of all.
Pretty great.
Which is excellent if you want to play a Mox, which I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
And you can do stuff like essentially kind of lock your opponent out of the game if you've got a combination of Teferi, Time Raveler, and Narset Parta Veils out on at the same time. Because both of their static abilities are really hard for some decks to deal with.
Yep.
And they just flat out cannot win with both those creatures on the field.
Pretty amazing. It's very cool. It has some sweepers like Deafening Clarion. It has some removal like Shocks, as you mentioned, Mox Amber, and then just so many Planeswalkers.
How do you want the game? However you want to win the game. You can do it with this Karn is Karn Scion of Urza, but you can also do it with Sarkhan, who's turning all of your Planeswalkers into a flying dragon army.
All of them. In second place was an Esper Super Friends. Not to be outdone, 19 Planeswalkers. 19. Surprisingly, starts off with 2 Dovin Hand of Control.
I guess.
Would not have seen this coming.
Wild.
But I'm so happy to see Kasmina here.
Yeah, Kasmina.
3 Kasmina, Enigmatic Mentor. I love Kasmina.
She's great. You get free wizards, you get to loot. What more do you want?
1 Liliana, which I do feel like the Jeskai list is missing out by not being able to have Liliana. This card is a beast.
Oh, it's so good. I've gotten by it so many times.
Yeah. 4 Narset, 4 Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, 4 Teferi, Time Raveler, and 1 Eugene, the Ineffable.
Hi, Eugene.
Hi, Eugene.
Eugene's also excellent.
Yes, as is Oath of Kaya.
Oh, yeah. So versatile.
This card is very good, in part because of its static, in large part because of its static ability, which is whenever an opponent attacks a Planeswalker you control with 1 or more creatures, Oath of Kaya deals 2 damage to that player and you gain 2 life.
Nice.
And if they have to try and get rid of your walkers, they're just, it makes a big difference.
It's a real decision. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Something cool and something to keep in mind about both of these lists here is you get access to different kinds of things. So you might be like, oh, these decks are kind of playing along the same axis. They're both Super Friends decks, lots of Planeswalkers. But the thing is, if you're playing the Jeskai version, you have red in your list, obviously, and you get access to direct damage spells. So what is that good against? If you're running into a lot of creature decks, you can burn them out. You've got Shock, you've got your Lightning Strikes, and you can aim those at Planeswalkers themselves.
Yeah.
However, what you're missing is stuff like unconditional removal, like Vraska's Contempt, which you get in black.
Yeah. So this blacklist specifically has this Esper Friends has the Elder spell,
Seems
which
like
if you're running into a lot of other Super Friends lists, seems very good.
Yeah.
Although this did lose to that Jeskai list, so who knows?
I mean, Elder Spell in this tournament, in this top 8 specifically, seems like it
very good.
Yeah, house.
This is black, sorcery, destroy any number of target Planeswalkers.
Wow.
Choose a Planeswalker you control, put 2 loyalty counters on it for each Planeswalker destroyed this way. Wow.
I've also seen Kasmina in the Jeskai version too, by the way.
Yeah. I love Kasmina.
So she's around in other decks as well.
Very, very cool. And I know we were talking earlier about this Esper midrange deck, which I'm always interested to see the evolution of these Esper decks. Thief of Sanity is just such a card.
You know what? I have a question for you.
Go for it.
Would you rather, this is a would you rather.
All right.
Would you rather have your opponent blow up 2 of your lands or have your opponent hit you with a Thief of Sanity successfully? See what I mean? It sucks.
It feels so bad. It feels like losing.
Yeah, it feels like this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me in the history of Magic, being hit by this 2/2.
Yeah.
Which is very funny.
It's brutal.
That's why I love that. I obviously hate this card, but I think the design is excellent because it's doing exactly what you want, which is making you kind of driving you mad with your opponent playing from your library.
This one has a few less creatures than some other Esper lists that I've seen. It has a lot of walkers, 2 Lilianas, 2 Sorin, 3 Teferi, and for Teferi.
Yeah. So many Teferis. Someone was calling the new Teferi Time Raveler Little T, which I thought was kind of cute.
Yes. I'm here for it.
It was Huey.
Little T.
Yeah, I love Esper midrange. I played it right after Wyatt Darby kind of made it a deck on stream, and I loved it because playing Hero of Precinct 1 and just going wide with creatures, which I thought was really fun, and you get to play Thief of Sanity, which if you're on the fighting end of Thief of Sanity, you feel like the greatest player who's ever touched the game. On the receiving end, not so great.
You feel like the worst player who's ever played the game.
Correct. But I'm happy to see Esper midrange becoming something of an actual threat right now, at least for now, in the game, because last standard it was almost there, but it wasn't quite there.
Ooh, I've got a deck list for you.
Okay.
This comes from the Magic Online. That's still a program? Yes. Lists that went 5-0 in standard. This one it's like a green-black. There's like some sacrifice themes in it, plus the Immortal Sun. It has 2 God Eternal Bantus.
Wow.
Which seems pretty cool, plus 4 Gutter Bones.
I love Gutter Bones.
Yeah. And 4 Plague Crafters. So just like lots of ways to make people sacrifice things or for you to sacrifice things. That seems kind of cool.
By the way, if you think you can save yourself from Super Friends with why can't I think of the name of it right now? The Immortal Sun. Think twice, because somebody's activated ability or a static ability won't let you draw the extra card off of it, which is Narset.
Yeah.
So beware.
That's very true. It may shut off those activated abilities, but it does not shut off the static ones.
You will not be getting the extra bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Something we've been seeing a lot of too, at least in the MPL, which were the division correspondents for, has been Bant creature decks.
Yes, Bant is big right now.
Bant is back and better
Bant
than
is so
ever.
hot right now.
Bant is so hot right now. I mean, you can stop trying to make Bant happen because it's already happening.
It's true. It's happening.
So Aketra is a big part of these Bant creature decks.
Yes.
And she is absurd.
She's a house.
I mean, she is what they wrote the song Brick House about.
She is. They were looking forward in time and specifically thinking of God Eternal Aketra.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's dumb, right? You just get 4/4s.
It really is.
You have to deal with it. You better make them discard her. She's just going right back into the library.
It's so true. I have seen it dealt with in some ways. Like I saw someone bounce it with Lil T.
Lil T.
I saw someone bounce it with Little T and then thought erasure it.
Yeah.
Which is brutal.
Sick.
Pretty great. I've also, so online, I have gotten stomped a couple of times by a mono green deck.
Yeah.
That is about ramping, and then also Nissa Who Shakes the World.
Okay.
This card is good.
I mean, yeah, it is, because the plus is so brutal. Sherry starts at 5 loyalty.
Yep.
And you've got to be really scared, because once those lands become indestructible, GG.
Yeah. Also, so what's like, the one that I was playing against had the spell that lets you go get 2 forests.
Oh, is it Nissa's
something?
Yeah, Nissa's Journey.
Triumph?
Triumph, that's
Nissa's Triumph, which lets you get like 2 forests, but if you have a Nissa Planeswalker in play, you can just get 3 lands.
Nice.
And I had them get Karn's Bastion to proliferate everything, because all of their forests are tapping for double with Nissa in play, plus 2 blast zones. So, and like...
Blast Zone is a thing too, by the way.
Exactly.
And in Modern.
And especially with this, it was just so good. It was really cool.
Blast Zone.
Yeah.
Blast Zone is a card you should like, Megan.
I mean, I do like it. But in that instance, when I was just getting wrecked by it again and again, not as much.
I've seen a ramp deck too that was pretty fun. I saw Kenji on stream on turn 3 managed to play a God Pharaoh statue. Which was really sick.
That's pretty cool.
Because then you've just won.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I also this week saw a new version of the Is It Phoenix decks / Is It Drakes, which has Saheeli, Sublime Artificer, in it.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Because it makes a bunch of servos.
Make a bunch of servos.
Make some servos, get some Phoenixes back.
I've seen her in the sideboard at the Mox. People are bringing her in the sideboard, and one person had her in the main deck. And either way, I think it's fine.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool stuff there. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm also
did you hear about this other new inclusion for Is It Phoenix?
No.
For Is It Phoenix fans? What is now? I'm going to forget the name of the card when I'm trying to talk about it.
Is it the
finale?
one?
It's
Yes.
the red finale.
Yeah. Finale of Eternity.
Of Eternity.
Yep. I have seen that happen.
So
it was pretty great.
basically, all you have to do is cast it for 2 to get back.
So it's red, X.
Yeah.
And you can cast up to X spells from your graveyard with X or less converted mana cost.
It's 2, so like 1 instant
2.
and or sorcery.
And or sorcery.
So yeah, you get back. I mean, it doesn't matter.
No,
you're
very good.
It's extremely good in the Is It Phoenix list.
I got to watch a match this past week for my division.
Yeah.
Where I'm trying to remember who was playing it. Jean-Emmanuel Deprat was playing it.
Yep.
And he did that for 2, and he was playing against mono red, so he had a Murmuring Mystic in play. He had Murmuring Mystic and Saheeli, so it's just like servo, bird. It was great.
That's awesome.
It was very cool.
This deck we both spent some time with, so like I think that seems when I was watching it seems so stupid.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I've also seen some red-green lists that have like Domri, Anarch of Bolas,
Yeah.
Sarkhan, and or Vivian.
I mean, I love Viv. Do you mean
The 3-mana Vivian?
3 mana Viv, Champion of the Wild, Little V as we call her.
The number of times that I have, maybe we shouldn't.
Okay, fair enough. We'll call her Vivian.
Lil Viv.
Lil Viv. Okay, that's better.
The number of times that I've forgotten, like that I've misplayed around either my opponent's creatures having flash or my own creatures having flash is 1 million.
Yes.
1 million. Also, if they have Teferi, Time Raveler, and you have Vivian, they do not have flash anymore. So remember that.
Good. That's actually something you brought up a point I want to mention, which is all of these static abilities on these planeswalkers. It
leads to me
tricky.
making the greatest number of misplays I've ever made in my life.
I 100% agree, and I think it is a fair criticism for War of the Spark to say it's a little hard to keep track of all this sometimes. Like, I love them minus only. I love all that kind of stuff. Yep. But sometimes it can be a little too much to be like, oh,
what am I doing?
No, it's canceled. Okay, because of Narset, my awesome bomby, like, immortal son can't do it. Okay.
No, okay,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, like,
my creatures have flash, but now I can't cast them because they don't. Because Teferi says they don't have flash. It's, it's
a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It really is.
How do you feel about Enter the God Eternals?
Do you know what? I think that a lot of people were a little over eager.
Yeah.
Because it is good, but it's not that good.
Whoa. You heard it here first.
That's my take.
You know what else is not that good?
What?
Dreadhorde Invasion. We talked about it in draft last week about how it's not Better Blossom.
No.
But we saw in the MPL this week, Brian Braunduin, I want to say, had it in his deck. I'm sorry if that's wrong, but a player in my division also played it. And it just seemed like a liability.
Yeah.
You are taking one every turn. And eventually they had to bounce it with their Teferi or else they were going to die. And then by the end of the game, there's like a couple of them stuck in their hand. And they're like, I can't even play this.
That's brutal.
Like, with Teferi Time Raveler, Little T.
Yeah.
Like, that card is a liability in a major way, going to set you back and just give you ones.
Yeah, they can just put it back in your hand.
And then you're like, oh, now I have
bounce that token. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
all right.
beware that card in some Esper control decks. I've seen that flying around, and I don't know. I'm not impressed.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah,
you heard it here.
What deck are you now? Whatever you settled on.
Nothing. Because all I did yesterday, I was like, I'm gonna have a chill Sunday. I don't have that much to do.
Arena and chill.
Yep. I'm just gonna play some matches. I lost so much Magic.
Even our television is sad that you lost so much Magic. It turned itself off.
I know.
I'm playing I played a Mardu list, by the way.
Oh yeah, how's it going?
It seems really sweet, but it's probably not that good. We'll find out.
Yeah, I've been playing Bant Creatures a little bit, and it's just been bad.
Okay, so we're gonna have to do some research.
We are.
Watch our Twitch stream, twitch.tv/GLHF Magic, for us to find out what we're gonna do.
But I have been killing it in draft.
You have.
I've been racking up
What's your
wins.
secret?
Do you know what? The biggest one is honestly.
I thought you were gonna say honesty.
What's your draft secret? Honesty.
Just honesty.
Just be honest. No. I think that it's like giving yourself the flexibility to to take a bomb if you open it.
Yeah, 100%.
Is the biggest thing.
Yeah,
like I had a draft the other day where I was not green, but in pack 2 I opened a Nissa.
Yeah.
And that card is so good. And I had enough flexibility that I could take it, and I just cut one of the colors that from the first part of my draft.
Yeah.
And went with it from there. And like I want to say that was a single Elim one, and I want to say that I won out with that.
You know, I asked players at the mocks, I said, what is your secret to the draft format? And I swear to God, one of them said to me, leave yourself open to take the god.
Yeah.
Because it is such a powerful format, unlimited resources. They call it a king format, not even prince or pauper, but king. Whole new category. The bombs are so critical.
Yeah, it's so true. And also, I mean, that being said, I have found a little bit, I would argue that you either need to have power or tempo, because there have been times when like Liliana is basically impossible to beat. But there have been times when I've beat like a Kefnet or an Oketra by being able to, if you can kill it once and then kill them in 3 turns before they can cast it again. That's a good way to put it, tempo. Like I've had that happen, but you need to be able to play on one of those 2 axes.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you're a person who, like if you have a deck or you're a player who's able to be more flexible and be able to bounce between like, oh, my deck is powerful, but my opponent happens to have a more powerful bomb, and you're able to find a way to bring tempo into it instead, you're gonna be good.
So we're talking about bounce, we're talking about temporary ways even to deal with those God Eternals.
Yeah.
To help yourself stay on board and keep applying pressure so that they are not lights out for you.
Yes. But if your opponent plays Liliana Dreadhorde General,
you're gonna lose.
You're dead.
Sorry.
I cannot think of one time when my opponent has had a reasonable game up until that point and played it and not won.
No, I've lost every time.
Yes. I want to say that there has been like one time, and it's because they didn't have, like they were stuck on mana and they didn't have any good plays up until then. Like they were too far behind.
Yeah, no.
But even I've had them be too far behind, and then it's just like, oh, they traded so that I only had 2 creatures and then played it and made me sack them both.
Oh,
you're like,
fun.
Great. Cool. Great. That card is
those cards they should have put in booster packs, but just taped to the back. So you don't have to draft against them.
Here you go. You get it honorary.
Like it's in a secret little compartment at the back. Sometimes you get one and sometimes you don't. There you go. I fixed limited for the future of Magic.
All right.
It's time to say thank you to UltraPro.
That's right. One of our great sponsors, and we love them so much. They make such cool stuff and such a variety of stuff.
Yeah.
Anything that you've ever thought like, oh, I could kind of use this for my game, or I wish I had one of these. They make it. They have a giant plush D20.
Yeah,
what more could you want?
We love our D20s.
Yes.
And they have playmats with all of the arts from the newest set.
Amazing arts.
So you can get the Seb McKinnon art from this set. We talked about nonstop bangers.
Evil.
And he is available from UltraPro on playmats. And guess what? Super exciting. The Japanese Planeswalker art is now available on stuff from UltraPro, which I think is so awesome.
Absolutely.
Because that art is sick.
So cool.
So we're going to get some samples of that in our studio.
Amazing.
And do some giveaways for it. By the way, we have a giveaway every month.
Yes.
You can see it in the show notes. Enter there to win, and I think we'll give away some of this stuff this month. So go enter right now and
get on it. Sleeves, playmats,
dice,
deck boxes,
binders.
Nice.
UltraPro. Everybody, that's our show for this week, whatever number it was.
That's right.
We're still guessing, but thanks for listening.
And before you go, it is Amateur Pro Greg streams for us on Thursdays, and this week is his 1-year streamiversary.
Yay!
So he is going to be doing a whole bunch of special giveaways and a fundraiser, which is Lodestone is having a fundraiser this weekend.
That's our local game store.
Yes, and so he's looking at a way to get some donations to also put towards their fundraiser this weekend.
Yeah, they're raising money for the Trevor Project, which helps GLBT youth. So make sure you go over to Greg's stream. It's still on our channel, twitch.tv/GLHF Magic.
Yeah.
And throw some money his way for a good cause. Say hi, hang out with Greg. He's a great guy. Of course, you know him from the show. And he's just an excellent Magic player, too. You can learn a lot from him, especially watching his drafting, I think.
So it's a bunch of fun. And come check it out this Thursday for that 1-year streamiversary.
Yeah, he's going to be streaming from 2 p.m. onwards Central Time. So check it out. We'll be on beforehand, or I'll be on beforehand rather, being like, what am I playing? Doop, 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 doop. And then Greg will come on and be a lot better and also have giveaways. So you figure out who you want to watch. We also have something really cool that we get to do, which is celebrating one of our favorite Magic artists here, Ryan Pancoast.
Look at this hoopoe
playmat out.
Look at this river hoopoe.
If you're listening, Megan's holding up a glorious river hoopoe playmat from Ryan Pancoast. Printed by UltraPro, by the way.
As I said, look at this beautiful bird. And as Maria said, look at that river of blood.
That is what I said.
Yes.
I mean, both
this
things.
This playmat has something for everyone.
Birds and rivers of blood.
Rivers of blood. And we all know that everyone likes at least one of those two things. And many people like both. I hope it's not many people.
I like Ryan Pancoast. I got to edit and enter the Battlefield episode with him. He's just such a nice guy. And he is selling these playmats in limited edition on pancoastplaymats.bigcartel.com. Don't ask me about that web address, but that's where you can buy them.
And there you go.
He's also selling Leyline of Sanctity, which is beautiful. Planes.
That one's incredible.
With the daisies, if you remember that art of those planes, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Smallpox, if you're a monster. That's disgusting.
If you really like being terrified.
But okay. And River Hoopoe for $30 on this website.
Yes.
Like we said, limited edition.
Perhaps the most important one. River Hoopoe.
Hoopoo, hoop. Remember when we listened to the call of it on the show?
Oh yeah, do you remember the time that we tried to guess what bird calls would be like, and then we played the real thing?
One of our greater moments in content creation, no doubt.
It really was. Really was. Well, everyone, that is everything for this week. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you once again to our sponsor, Card Kingdom and UltraPro, and to everyone who is a sponsor by being a patron of the show.
Yeah, if you're like, oh, Card Kingdom and UltraPro are so cool, they get to sponsor the show. Well, guess what?
You can be that cool too.
Yes, and check out our stream Tuesdays through Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central, twitch.tv/GLHF Magic, cardkingdom.com/GLHF. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, goodluckhighfive.com, and, probably MySpace somewhere.
Yeah, definitely on MySpace.